morning and welcome to, good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to RG Avenue's channel here with Team Richard Garay. I am Richard Garay and I'm super excited to bring Week 9's class to you guys today. Week 9's class to you guys today's. What? Week 9 class to you guys today. I hope that you had a beautiful weekend and that you're enjoying the warmer temperatures. And I'm really excited about today's free workshop because I think it's fun. I think it's kind of getting ready for summer. We are going to create one card today and it's going to be a blast. Here with me in the studio, I've got David on the keyboard.
Hello, guys.
And I've got Michelle on vocals.
Hello.
And you've got myself, who is going to be on the drums.
Right.
On the drums. So we're super excited. How's everybody doing? Tell me. Did you guys have a good weekend? Have you guys been creating the free workshops that we continue to bring to life for you? ¿Qué más? Tell me what's going on in your side of the world?
So everyone's just kind of chiming in, saying hello.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. Linda Gorman.
Hi Linda.
RG Signs.
There's also a big delay on the stream, so you gotta like sit there for a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit if they want to
Lisa
reply.
Rudd. Bernice Taylor.
Hi Lisa, hi Bernice, hi guys, thank you so much. Ruby, thanks again for joining us. Today is also Ben's birthday. Happy birthday, Ben.
Birthday.
Ben from Ben's mom's Ben. And happy birthday. We want to wish you an amazing birthday. We'll definitely do a little shout out on Facebook later on today, but we hope that the day has been amazing so far. So let's go ahead and switch over to that top view so that we can discuss a little bit about what we are making today. So today I am using two of my favorite sets. I'm using Hello Lovely. It is an oldie but a goodie and handwritten. Now, if you are brand new to RG Avenue, then you do know that we did give you away two images. We gave you away the In Prayer or In Thought girl with the Slay Girl Slay, which is actually the cover of our project today. So gorgeous. Let's go ahead and get a closer view of this.
Nice.
And so you can receive those two for free, which I think you're gonna have a blast with. If in fact you do not have the set and you would like to purchase the set, we made it available for you at a discount price starting today until Friday. So Friday the sale ends for the set. If you would like to create the project exactly the way that I made it, we also made handwritten, which is the background stamp that I'm using, available at a discounted price in case you don't have it and you would like to use it as well. I also used my circle dies, so we added those to the sale as well, just so that in case you don't have them and you would want to recreate it exactly like I did, then feel free to jump on board and take advantage of that sale from now until Friday. In addition to all of that beautiful gorgeousness, wanted to remind you that for every $50 spent, we still have the Stay Magical Digifile available for free. So the website will prompt you in the event that you are eligible for the free Digi, and then you can grab it then. What we're creating today is a fun interactive project, and this one is Hey Girl Slay Girl Slay. And then when we open this beautiful card up, we are gonna have a fun opening. So we open it up and we flip this over, and then it opens up to these fun pieces. Now, I've seen it in multiple sizes.
Cute.
I decided to create it in a regular A2 size card. So it's kind of my own measurements for it, mainly because it's just, we mainly focus on A2 card sizes. I don't have 12 by 12 card stock, so I'm using the 8.5 by 11s that I do have. So I created it in A2 size format. So again, you open it and you've got two additional message box. So again, it's one of those fun pop-out cards, recreated to fit an A2 size card base.
It's very unique.
She believed she could, so she did. And then I added the Slay Girl Slay message on the side, and we've got some fun pieces. Who's ready to dive into this project?
Well, Adam popped in.
Adam!
Cindy Kurtz. Everybody's ready.
All right. Because this is now my 9th class, I've already had multiple classes where I'm cutting up all the cardstock and I'm cutting up all the bells and whistles directly on the live. For this one, I already have all my pieces pre-cut. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the measurements, even in case you want to recreate it exactly the way that I designed it. So you feel free, you have creative license to do whatever you'd love, okay? For me, this is the way it's gonna go. Hi Annie, thanks for joining us. It's her first time here. Thanks for joining us, Annie. This is our 9th free workshop. There are 8 additional workshops here on our YouTube channel, and as a matter of fact, we're going to remove all the free workshops from the website at the end of the month. So make sure that you take advantage of the free digi-stamps that came along with every single workshop so that you have them now that you have access to all the classes. So welcome, Annie. All right, so let's go ahead and review our sizes, or the various different pieces that you will need. You will need one A2 size card base. So this one is 4 1/4 by 11. So this is going to be your card base. Then you will need a 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 inch square, also in the same tone of your card base. I used sweet cane for both of these. You will need 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. Yes, Elaine, the videos will stay on the YouTube channel, just not the free digi and the links on the website. Hello, Audra.
Angelica here. What a beautiful card.
Hi, Angelica. Thanks for joining us. So again, you've got 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. Okay. You've got the one that's 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and you've got the larger piece that is a card base 4 1/4 by 11 inches. So those are all of our mechanics to our card. Now the rest is completely optional because you decide the type of layers that you want. So here I've got 3 layers of sour pineapple that are 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So 3 that are 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I need a coordinating layer, which I created a coordinating layer of Sour Crush. This one is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. You need 3 of those as well. You're also going to need 3 stamping layers that are 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So 3 of that, in my case, powdered sugar. So that is the foundation for the card layers. Now we're gonna go with, I have a pre-die cut circle with a piercing element from our circle dies, which is why it's on sale. That's for the cover. And I have a stamping piece for her, and that could just be a scrap piece of paper, okay? You are gonna need a total of 4 squares. I've got 2 in pineapple, 2 in Sour Crush that are 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 inches. So you need 4 of those.
Carol says, I love your cards from the UK.
Thanks, Carol. Thanks for joining us. How are things across the pond? And we will need 4 layers for our squares that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And what we're going to work on, guys, is we're going to work on creating a worksheet for all of our projects, or most of our projects, so that in case you wanted to see, this is the thing, is you have creative license. You don't need all these layers if you only want to add one layer. If you want to add printed paper instead, completely up to you. You have creative license. I'm giving you my design samples, and then you can decide to recreate them exactly like this. I think the most important part is the folds and the mechanism for it, especially created in an A2 size card, which I think is beautiful for that giveaway, for maybe a special friend's birthday, or maybe even do a whole happy birthday sign, which I'm actually going to be creating here shortly after this design is completely set. But I hope you enjoy this. And again, remember, if you are new to our channel, don't forget that we've got so many different free workshops that we've given away over the past 8 weeks. This is week 9 free workshop giveaway. If you want access to the free digital files, then visit us on the website at rgavenue.com. Under the shop, go to events, and you're going to see all the various different events that we've hosted over the last 8 weeks, and access those free digi stamps. There's digital stamps on there that you can just download to your computer and use, and you can either join us for that free workshop by following that link, and they're going to stay here on our YouTube channel, but the actual digi is going to be taken away at the end of the month, so don't miss it. All right, let's go back to that top view. And we need 2 squares. They are slightly smaller, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then 2 coordinating squares that are 2 inches by 2 inches. Okay, does everybody have those measurements for now? I'm going to give you guys just a minute to kind of gather those measurements. Make sure, is there anything that you want me to review for the purpose of this class? Like I said, we are going to work on a workable sheet that has the various different measurements and pieces, but completely up to you if you want to recreate it exactly the way that I have it, or if you would like to do something a little different. For those of you guys who are not in the US, you can always access the digital files to be able to recreate a project like today's.
Things across the pond are very restricting, but we are getting there.
Oh, I
Things are
understand.
opening up. Even here, the plaza.
I understand, Carol. Things are not the smoothest here in Arizona either.
Carol
but
says she doesn't know anything about digi-stamps.
Digi-stamps are super simple, Carol. Actually, you basically print out the digi file, which is a PDF, and once you have one, let's see, do I have one here that's printed? Is this one? We'll make sure we show you what one looks like. You basically print it on your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper on your printer at home. Make sure it is a laser printer, and then you can just color away and create your projects. All right, are we ready to jump in, guys?
Let's do it.
All right, Elaine, don't worry. I'm gonna make sure that you can always catch the measurements on the replay. So you're so correct. All right, so let's go ahead and move these guys out of the way. I like to keep them in their layers because I think it's so much easier for me to work with. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in all my larger layers, my stamping layers for the foundation of my layers, because they're all going to be exactly the same. So for this, I need the handwritten background stamp. All right, and I'm going to grab my Stamparatus. Need to replace this magnet because it's broken down.
I'm wearing it down.
It's broken. Alrighty, we're gonna add some, it's almost like Dotto, but it's real repositionable tape. And I'm gonna grab my 3 layers here. Then I'm gonna grab my stamp. All right, using my black taffy sugar cube, I'm gonna ink this guy up. And I'm gonna do 2. It totally depends on you guys. If you want more of a sketchy background, like a little bit faint, if you want it to look a little weathered, then I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. Let me create a first solid impression, and then I'll go back and I'll show you how to create that. Okay, perfect. So again, if you wanted that sketchy, like, see how not all of them are completely solid? I think it looks great
cool
for a project like this. So I'm actually gonna leave it. I don't want I want it to look a little dated, a little weathered. And so this is a great look for my project. So I'm gonna come back and place it right in that same piece. And again, if you wanted that, you're just gonna ink up your background stamp, and every so often tap, okay? So you're gonna just kind of slide it over, and every so often tap your ink pad, and it's just gonna give you some darker, some lighter. I also like to press pretty hard. Oh, thank you. So this is what the DigiStamp would look like, guys, if you're familiar with DigiStamps. It basically just prints off of your computer, and you just cut them out and add them to the projects as you wish. It's almost like a coloring page. So here we've got another one of those cool pieces. And you know what? If you want more ink in there, you can go back. But this is really just my background, and I don't mind it looking so weathered.
Angelica says, I'm looking for a new printer. What printer do you use? How does it handle 110 cardstock?
So I have a Canon. It's actually my favorite type of printer. And so I have a Canon laser printer. And I print all my 100-pound cardstock on it. Beautiful. All right, so we've got the 3 layers. While we have our stamp apparatus set up, we're gonna go in and just stamp all of our images, okay? So we're gonna do all kinds of stamping right now. Make sure we get that done. We might have to do some a little bit later, but since we're set up for stamping right now, we might as well just keep stamping away. You know what I did is I left the markers that I used right off the side. They're like some blues and some oranges. I left them together. They're just in front of the markers. All right, beautiful background stamp, one of my favorites. Place that back. This one is called Handwritten, and I thought it was so appropriate for this particular project because it's just a perfect fit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab our scrap piece of cardstock to stamp our girl. I also love the size of these stamps. Yeah. So she's great, perfect for the coloring portion of this class. I'm gonna grab my circle, die cut circle. How fun would it be to make a stamp with the a birthday card using that pop out idea, right?
What's your printer again? The printer we use?
We use a Canon laser printer.
Laser printer.
Slay girl slay. Okay, so we've got those pieces. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start layering our squares. Okay, so I happen to have my sample here, so I know which one I need for what. Let me just go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm gonna grab this guy, one of the larger, the larger layers. So when I say larger, I mean this one's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and I want to make sure that I have it facing me in a diamond shape, okay? Because it gets placed in a diamond shape. So I want to place my stamp. I'm going to offset it a little bit. I love inking them twice. I feel like it gives it a very nice, crisp image. She looks so sassy. So I now need the largest, another large square. This one's going to be offset also slightly. I'm going to grab our girl here with her hat flying into the wind.
Still has that spring summer vibe.
Yeah, it's got that springy, summery vibe. So fun. Now I want more of my sentiments to fit some of these other large squares. Now you can also use some of this for, like, if you actually want to write a message to someone that you're sending a card to, then that would be a great time to do that. This one goes off like a little bit off to the side here. So position your stamps in the way that the card will unfold.
Hello, lovely.
And this one will unfold this way. And we're going to add, she believed she could, so she did. Great message. Also will come in a diamond shape. So quite a bit of stamping here, but it'll be worth it. Perfect. So we've got our square stamped out. Now I have the two smallest squares that are left. These are the ones who are going to get cut in half. So still leave it in a diamond shape. We're going to use the Slay Girl Slay sentiment again. I almost use every single stamp in this set.
It's a good set. It's a good set to have.
Mm-hmm. And the last one also comes in a diamond shape, and we're going to use our tall girl. And you can decide if you want more of her hat and her back, if you want more of her back and her legs. Totally up to you. I obviously want to see more of her head, kind of looking away into the ocean. And again, these two little ones are the ones that are going to get cut in half. Okay. Perfect. So we should be done with all of our stamping now. Unless you had a digifile, then you were done a long time ago.
Nikki is here.
Nikki!
Nikki is here. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
She's like, long time no see.
Long time no see, Nikki. How
Everybody's
are you
all,
doing?
hi, Nikki, hi, Nikki.
All right, I have quite a few frayed ones, so I'm just going to come in here and...
Nikki's here. Nikki.
Nikki.
Nikki Nick.
Miss G just made it in here.
Just made it in here. Hi, everyone.
All right, so that was our Hello Lovely stamp set. Let me get this out of the way. Hello Lovely stamp set. All right, so everything's stamped out. Let's bring back our stamped background pieces. That was handwritten, for those of you who want to know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my clear blocks here. And I'm going to grab my two coordinating ink pads, Sour Pineapple and Sour Crush. And I'm going to start with Pineapple. And I'm going to add some Crush. Using a mister.
See, that's how you did that.
I'm just going to add a little bit of water there so I can blend the color some. And I'm just gonna kiss it. Give it a nice little kiss. Don't swoosh off. What's the right word that I'm looking for? Don't
Wipe it off.
wipe it off. Thank you.
Swoosh.
Switch.
You know, if I went back to my basketball days.
Nike. Swoosh.
Whoosh. Oh wait, I never played basketball.
No.
All right. So do you see how beautiful that looks? We just added some color. Again, okay, so you guys might be wondering why I'm not using a workable sheet. I'm using a clear block. It's a completely different look. With a workable sheet, the color tends to be more stagnant. It doesn't move. With a clear block, it'll stay exactly where it's at, okay? Because it won't bend, so it's not gonna just you know. So we're just gonna kiss it, lift it, and it'll come off on its own.
So clever.
Okay, super cool. Love the color combo. Uno más. That means one more.
Everyone's gonna become bilingual here.
Bilingual. A little bit of sour crush, some water, and we're just gonna kiss it. You don't want to swoosh it. You
Wipe
just
it.
want to kiss it.
Wipe it.
Okay? Super cool. It's supposed to look beachy, summery, springy. Look how cool that looks.
Mm-hmm.
So lovely.
It's quite lovely, actually. All right. So now we have all these juices here, and I want to wipe them off. And as I wipe them off, I want to tap them on some of these pieces, okay? Just the ones that have the sentiment for a little color coordination. Just coordinates that color a little bit better. Just on my sentiments because the other ones get colored. Okay.
Well, none of that ink is going to waste.
No, and if you
Let's get
wanted to,
used.
you can add some to the sides of the.
Nice.
Just creates some cool. Just don't ruin your coloring spaces. Gives it a little bit of a marbled look. All right, we are good to go here on that space. Now what we want to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and color our ladies here.
Alright,
And
we
I
got some
ju-
Spanish. I'm gonna interrupt you
I
here.
told David,
I'm gonna
go
do
for
my
it, man.
best.
Go for
You
it.
can judge me on it,
Okay.
but here we go. Hola, si amigos, esperando las clases en español.
Seguimos. Esperando
Seguimos.
las clases en español.
Oh, hola, who is it?
Izzy Sosa.
Hola, Izzy, ¿cómo está? No, pues es que Izzy me pone de nervios. Okay, so if you guys are not following Izzy, Izzy is amazing, 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 okay? All of her workshops are in Spanish, but whew, she is an amazing mini book creator, especially. And oh my gosh, she's
another
amazing.
level.
She's a different, yeah. She just creates all kinds of beautiful mini books, guys, and amazing just layouts if you're into scrapbooking. Just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous projects. Okay, so we're just adding a little bit of color here. With some Copics. If you guys want to use the exact same color palette, we can certainly give you guys the designs for this. Or the colors or the Copics that I used.
Miss Sandra just popped on.
Hi, Sandra.
Sandra.
So just in case you guys are a little behind, we're creating this project. If you're just jumping on, we're creating this beautiful card here. And then when you open it, it's got the 2 different layers, okay? Super amazing, super simple. This is what we're making today. So we're gonna bring this to life here in just a little bit. Thanks for joining us, Sandra. Actually, I'm gonna change this to be a little bit darker orange.
Nikki just said, wow, and bless you,
Thank
David.
you.
Don't judge me on my coloring, Nikki.
Well, if you wowed Nikki, then it must be a pretty wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a good wow, or is it like the wow, like the wow wow?
Oh yeah, I think it's
there's-
it's a wow. Like wow, you're teaching this. Wow.
Because there's no exclamation, it's just WW. So
Wow
it's
is
just
a
kind of,
very loose
it's a
word.
very, you're not sure if that's
a good wow or a bad
It
wow.
can mean a
or
million
just like
things.
wow.
Or just like,
Like
wow,
a Dave, like a
okay,
Dave, like a David wow. Wow.
big whoop.
Nikki says, LOL, I'm watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Smiley face.
All right, so we're just adding a little bit of color here so that she can coordinate with the rest of our project. Beautiful. All right, so we've got her ready to go. Now we're gonna color the inside images. And again, I'm going for a super summery vibe.
Sandra said, wow, I can't wait to make this card. Plus, it's one of her favorite stamp sets
It
from RGF.
is one of my favorites too. We decided we would bring her back to life because she needs
that time.
she needs to come alive.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm playing. And I did add a little bit of blue here. That's just me though, because I feel like there was too much cleavage.
Aw,
we
quite the
wanna-
gentleman, aren't
We
you?
want to make sure we keep it on the professional side here. Just a little bit.
Audra Soch and everyone agrees that Nikki's the coloring master.
She is you.
She is the-
you coloring master.
Color master. I will be you. And Zuckerman's on.
Suckerman.
Hello, hello, she says.
Do you say Suckerman or Zucker?
His Z's are S's.
Suckerman.
So it just,
I think I always thought like you were like
Suckerman.
that was like a little joke or something that you called her a sucker or something.
Oh wow.
And I was like, wow. That's how you use the wow.
It's Zuckerman.
No, it's because I don't think C's are necessary.
Z's. You just said C's.
C's.
Z's.
C's.
Wow.
If you wanted to, you can add a little bit of color to her lips if you're about that life. Just a little pucker. All right. Now we're going to add some.
Carol's Hodson says, I wish I had the figure that girl has in the stamp. The figure.
Oh,
He's concentrating. He's not a good colorer.
I'm not the best colorer. I feel like it's so time consuming. Can we just cut these out instead? But I know we need to bring them to life. That's why I like doing cards like, did you guys see the flower card I made? Oh my gosh, that was so fun.
That was really cute. Do you think Nikki's pulling her hair out?
Yeah, she's probably losing it. Are you losing it, Nikki? Am I making you cringe? It's okay, Nikki. This too shall pass. I just like simple coloring. Not psycho killer coloring.
Nikki says you're doing great. Oh, you just put some highlighting in her hair.
Yeah, just so it doesn't look like.
Too solid.
But plus Nikki's watching. All right, so we've got all of our beautiful portraits here. Oh, we have one more.
Uno más.
Uno más. Uno más para mí no más. Have you heard that?
Mm-mm. Uno más para what?
Mi no más. Reminds me of my dad, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Uno más para mí no más. One more, but just for me. Daddy's my daddy.
You're doing great. You're doing awesome.
Lo hicimos.
Hicimos.
All right, guys, almost. Sorry. Lots of coloring, I know. So some skin here. And we're going to do some more hair.
I can't wait to get my hair done.
Me too.
You get your hair did again?
Mm-hmm.
Did you figure out that girl's name?
Yeah,
What was it?
she's booked until June.
Abby.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, pues chula. Alright, so we're just adding a little touch of red here. Alright, guys, the torture is almost over. Alright, beautiful backgrounds. We love all the layouts. We love all the layers. Now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and attach these to our squares.
Is that one reloaded? It is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The tape.
Reloaded.
Was Elaine says, was this a card club stamp first? Or was it Digi?
Elaine, this came out a long time ago.
It was
First
a
as a
Digi,
Digi,
yeah.
yeah. And then we decided.
So it's been on the website.
Yeah,
After,
it's been on the website for
Yeah.
a very long time.
but this week is like on sale. On sale.
We want Hello Lovely. She believed she could, so she gone and did it.
Done did it.
She done did it. And then these two, we're gonna wait because they have to be cut in half, okay? So we've got these four done. These two we're gonna leave a little bit to the end. And now this ones, we want to use some score tape because they're gonna need to hold on for dear life. They're gonna be played with quite a bit. So we're using score tape just to adhere these layers. I love the fact that we redid it in a A2 size card size because I think that most of us stampers are used to the A2 size, at least here in the US anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and attach these layers.
Ruby's asking, are we gonna have a convention?
It's just kind of up in the air. We are gonna still have the Midsummer Night's Dream event for those that originally registered for Spring Fling. And then just kind of sees how all the venues are doing. I know there's so many different issues out in the world with venues and booking and events. It's so hard to get anything pre-booked. And also to know, who we can count on and who we can't. I think that's the other part of it. All right, so we're going to do this to all 3 pieces. So we've got our beautiful layers here. Last one. I know some of these steps are pretty repetitive, guys, because of the amount of layers that are in this project. But wait till you see, I've got a couple of different ideas for like birthday ones and kid ones that I think will be fun and interactive for someone to receive. Maybe even a Father's Day one would be kind of cool, you know?
Mhm. Audra says these colors are cheering my soul.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're beautiful. And they're also pretty relaxed. Do you know what I mean
Yeah,
when I
they're
say
not, like,
relaxed?
Right at you.
Yeah,
Just kinda-
they're just like, they're very chill, I guess is the right word that I'm looking for. Like, they're like, you're sitting down, lounging, reading a book. They're chill.
Mhm.
They're not like, yay, fun in the sun. Or they're not like, screaming, happy birthday or something like that. They're just pretty
Mhm.
chill.
They're mellow.
All right, so we've got all of our layers, all of our beautiful layers just created here. They're colored. These two will be put together a little bit closer towards the end, and then we're going to cut her out at the end as well. But let's go ahead and jump in to the foundation of our card. Got all these beautiful layouts perfect and ready to go. We're going to bring in that score tool. I've got the We Are Memory Keeper score tool. Gonna move these markers out of the way. Thank you. And I can't wait to see you guys give this a shot, okay? I want to see your project come alive with whatever stamps you decide to use. All right. So first things first, we're going to score our card base in half. 5 1/2. Perfect. Now we have our 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and we're going to want to score that at 2 3/4, and then 2 3/4 again. That creates the 4 squares, okay? So 2 3/4, 2 3/4. Now we're going to go ahead and place it right against our grid here. And it's so important that we want to merge that in the center, okay? So just make sure that you've got that center look here. Here we go. All the way down to the middle. Just on the center panel. So corner to corner, and the easiest way to line that up is to just place that against each piece. So typically it'll be the same measurement on both sides, okay? So 7/8, this is gonna be on a 7/8. It doesn't matter really, I don't wanna confuse you guys more. So again, we scored at 2 3/4, 2 3/4. Then we just bring this here. You decide where you want to place it. Just make sure that it is right in the middle, right in the middle point. Okay? So now we're going to go ahead and fold that score line. Should fold right in the center. Now we're going to fold this way. And we're going to fold this way. So that way you have something that looks like this. Okay? That's what we're looking for. Now these guys are 2 3/4, so that means when we turn it over, we want to score it at 2 3/4 as well. It just has a little lip. So 2 3/4. Little lip. Also, what I like to do is I like to just create little notches because I don't like them to be too straight onto my card base. So just little notches on the back. We can list the Copics, guys. I think Shell's working on it. All right, so we've got our pieces here. Check. Okay. Now this guy, we want to go ahead and layer. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I work on an interactive card like this is I love to add white glue. And that is because I believe that it holds the foundation of my project better. So I add some score tape. Then I'm going to come in with some white glue right over that. Just to make sure that as it's getting played with, it doesn't fall apart. So this one is going to go on the solid piece right up to that score line. Okay. Now this guy comes onto this other solid piece. You have these two solids. These are bending. Attach one to the solid on the top and one to the solid on the bottom. Easy peasy, cheesy breezy. You can also put photographs instead, depending on who you're sending this project to. And like I said, guys, if you are new to us, make sure that you grab all the free digifiles that we've offered so that you don't miss them before they go away. I just have a little bit of glue on there that I'm wiping off. And some in the back probably. Okay, so just make sure those are set. So now these guys fold in, these guys fold this way, and ta-da, you've got your opening card. Check. All right, let's go back and start adhering our squares. Now for this particular product or step, we don't need all the score tape and pieces because this won't be played with as much as your original layers, okay? Now remember, your card opens this way, so you want to line up your sentiments so that it makes sense here for your project folds, okay? Now these guys we want to bring back to our paper trimmer, and you can use your scissors if you want. You decide. You just got to trim from here to here. I'm going to use my scissors because, and it's just a lot easier for me to do it this way. So So just corner to corner. It's okay if you mess up. I won't tell anybody. How are we doing, guys? Are we hanging in there?
Hang in
Did
there.
I lose you guys?
Nope.
Slay, girl, slay. Alright, don't look if you're faint of heart. Alright, so we've got all of the insides. These guys will fold down like so.
Wow.
Okay. Now we're going to prepare our outside pieces. Just kidding, not you. It's okay.
You're like a paper magician.
Paper magician.
Yeah.
Paper magic.
Paper magic.
And we're going to add white glue again. Mainly because this is the layer that goes on the inside that will continue to get played with, that you don't want to come undone. So add that white glue on there so that you can make sure that it's fastened for that play. How's it going, guys?
Lisa says this looks awesome.
I hope that you've all enjoyed the free classes, guys. Is it sad that next week is our last one? They've been a little different. They haven't been, what we normally teach. We wanted to make sure we gave you guys something extra.
Like Adventure Awaits.
Like Adventure
That one
Awaits,
was
or even a project like this is
pretty.
not something I would normally teach on my
Mm-hmm.
regular channel. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and grab this guy, and we're going to add score tape to the front and the back, okay? Now, one of the reasons why I add score tape is because I believe that it helps it hold while the white glue is drying. So it just kind of helps it grab its space while the white glue is still drying. Did I do the wrong side? Yeah, I kind of did. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do this guy first. I like to start with the bottom first, because I'm able to get a better grip. I didn't create a gusset because I don't think it's necessary for a project like this. But because I didn't create a gusset, I like to start with the bottom.
What's a gusset?
A little space a little space on the top of my project. So I'm gonna start here. Hold that.
They are sad that the free projects are ending. They've enjoyed them.
Good, guys. I'm glad that you have. That was the point. Things are starting to kind of go back to, people are gonna get busy again, and want to make sure. And then we're gonna bring this guy over and seal the deal. So I'm just gonna hold that. Two, three, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what? I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. I'm just gonna put a jar over this. Jar over it. While I'm gonna cut out my image. So the first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna add some foam tape. When in doubt,
Pop it out.
we're gonna pop out our Slay Girl Slay. Hey.
Hey.
So we're gonna add that right there. Now using my scissors, we get to the real fun part.
The moment you've been waiting for.
Oh, man.
The fussy cutting.
I can't wait, guys, to see who's gonna try this. Who's
Yeah.
really gonna try this?
Put their spin on it.
I want to see your design. I want to see what stamps you use. I definitely think you should recreate something like this and just send it to one of your girlfriends, a mom, just someone who needs that little encouragement right now. I love it.
Graduation card.
Oh yeah, this is a great graduation project.
Mm-hmm. Zuckerman says, okay, teach me, what does it mean to slay?
Oh,
Oh,
it means to like conquer,
yeah.
to like
Dominate.
overcome.
means what it means.
Slay. You dominate. You take over.
Yeah, like taking over.
Whatever
like,
the challenge is, you're
what-
going to overcome it.
you're gonna overcome the challenge and one up it. Okay, so we've got her cut out, ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and add a strip of foam square to that space, and here she goes.
Slaying away.
Slaying away stress.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add some foam slices here. Home slice.
Home slice.
That's funny. So a couple of those pieces, and I've already got a pre-cut ribbon of sweet cane ribbon. And here we go, guys. So we've got our card already drying. We open it up, and ta-da! It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's delicious. Let's go ahead and bring in our ribbon. And we're gonna, when in doubt,
Pop it out.
pop out our card layer here, our card front. She is the real deal. Then of course you want to create your bow. And just trim off your edges.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. For this,
Wow.
we did add a little bit of Dazzling Pat in the sour pineapple and Dazzling Pat in a little bit of the sour mist. So we're going to go ahead and just open this to start on the inside, since you guys already know what the outside looks like, and we have one that's already completed. You can also add cards to this. I don't think they're necessary, but you know, it makes people want to really open up the card, or maybe even like some instruction. And we're gonna grab some of that Dazzling Pat in the Sour Pineapple, which is the ink and cardstock that we've used. And we're gonna go ahead and add those sparkles. And a touch of that sour mist for that beach vibe. Beautimus.
Beautimus.
So my original one, I left the 2 pineapple squares right in the center, and everything around it was in Sour Crush. And this one, I did the pineapples on top, and then everything kind of like cascading down was all Sour Crush. And I also double stamped my original one. So see how much darker the original background is versus the new one that's a little bit more faint, just to give you guys difference in perspective. And then let me show you what it looks like closed up. Tell me what you think. Who's excited to give this a try?
I love that ribbon closure. That's so cute.
It's
different.
just a fun little touch.
So there's no twine on this one.
No twine on this one. We actually use ribbon for that closure specifically. It's so chunky. And I have seen a few of these projects created with a gusset. I don't think it's necessary because it only makes your card shorter some. So I don't want to make my card shorter necessarily. I think it's nice to make a kind of burrito like a little burrito inside. You've got like that surprise. Oh, Elaine, I don't have Dazzling Pat in colors. So the reason we created Dazzling Pat in clear was because all you need to do is you add a sugar drop out of whatever color you want, out of whatever color, whatever sugar drop you want. If you want to do Nectar Stone, if you want to do Sour Watermelon, just not the black, the white, or the cream, but any other color, you can create your sugar drops, your Dazzling Pat in any of our sugars. So
pretty.
it lets you, just a few drops. Will create all the Dazzling Pats you want. Guys, I hope that was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this time with us today. It's always a blast. And I didn't take 3 hours this time like I did last time. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Please, by all means, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, to share this post with your creative community. Hopefully we'll inspire other people to bring paper to life and make amazing happen. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to grab your free digi at rgavenue.com under shop. Go to events, and all of our free workshops are there. This is workshop number 9 for free, and we hope you had a blast. Thanks again for joining us. Shout out to David on the keyboards and Michelle on the vocals. And we'll see you guys here again next time.
Bye.
Adios.